Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, 8th chapter, text 12. Yastva manda bhagyokto madanya jagadisvara asavyadi cha sarvatra asmat tambe na drishyate yaha tvaya by you. Manda Bhagya. O unfortunate one, Yuktaha, describe, Man Anyaha, besides me, Jagadishvaraha, the supreme controller of the universe, Kwa, where, Asau, that one, Yadi, if, Saha, he, Sarvatra, everywhere, all pervading, Kasmat, why, Stambe, in the pillar, before me, Na, Tishyate, not seen. Translation: O most unfortunate Prahlad, you have always described a supreme being other than me, a supreme being who is above everything, who is the controller of everyone, and who is all pervading. But where is he? If he is everywhere, then why is he not present before me in this pillar? O most unfortunate Prahlad, you have always described a supreme being other than me, a supreme being who is above everything, who is the controller of everyone, and who is all pervading. But where is he? If he is everywhere, then why is he not present before me in this pillar? Purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Demons sometimes declare to a devotee that they cannot accept the existence of God because they cannot see Him. But what the demon does not know is stated by the Lord Himself in the Bhagavad Gita 7:25. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samamritaha. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them I am covered by yogamaya. The Lord is open to be seen by devotees, but non-devotees cannot see Him. The qualification of seeing God is stated in the Brahma Samhita. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadeva hridayeshu vilokayanti. A devotee who has developed a genuine love for Krishna can always see Him everywhere. Whereas the demon, not having a clear understanding of the Supreme Lord, cannot see Him. When Hiranyakashipu was threatened to kill Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad suddenly saw the column standing before him, and he saw his father, and he saw that the Lord was present in the pillar to encourage him, not to fear the demonic father's word. The Lord was present to protect him. Hiranyakashipu marked Prahlad's observation and asked him, "Where is your God?" Prahlad Maharaj replied, "He is everywhere." Then Hiranyakashipu asked, "Why is he not in this pillar before me?" Thus, in all circumstances, the devotee can always see the Supreme Lord, whereas the non-devotee cannot. Prahlad Maharaj has here been addressed by his father as the most unfortunate. Hiranyakashipu thought himself extremely fortunate because he possessed the property of the universe. Prahlad Maharaj, his illegitimate son, was to have inherited this vast property, but because of his impudence, he was going to die at his father's hand. Therefore, the demonic father considered Prahlad the most unfortunate because Prahlad could not be able to inherit his property. Hiranyakashipu did not know that Prahlad Maharaj was the most fortunate person within the three worlds because Prahlad was protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such is the misunderstanding of the demon. They do not know that a devotee is protected by the Lord in all circumstances. Kauntaya pratijanahe name bhakta pranashyati. Vamagyanatimirandasya jananam jana shalakaya chakshvam militam yena tasmai Shri Guruve namaha Shri Chaitanya manobhistam satpitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padagamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajim Shadvitam Shabadhutam Rajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishavanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Samiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Vishesha Sunyavadi Chatya Desadarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much coming on today, the most auspicious day, the appearance day of Sri Nṛsiṁhadeva. Fortunately, it's a holiday also. It's a holiday, right? In conjunction with what? Vishak Day, right? Vishak. Oh, it's a Purnima. But this is Chaturdasi. Oh. He appeared for the atheists, and here we appeared for the devotees. So, where you want to go? Yeah. See, the Lord is all pervading. He knows how to reward accordingly. Ye yata mam prapadyante tam sateva bhajami. As you surrender, I reward accordingly. So this is the difference between the devotee and the non-devotee. Because non-devotees think that God cannot appear. Non-devotees think that there is no God. God is dead. See? Why? Why they are thinking like that? Because the Lord says here, well, Prabhupada is quoting this verse in the purport. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samamrita muddoyam nabhijanante lokamama jamavyayam. See this word here? Fools. Huh? You see, those who are foolish. Who are these foolish? I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them I am covered by my internal potency, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and inexhaustible. See? So God is not somebody who will manifest to some fools and rascals. That is not possible. See? You understand? And it doesn't mean that because you can't see him, he doesn't exist. This is again another foolish theory. Mudoyam nabijananti. They cannot understand. So God is not some joke, that because you demand, he will come. Why? Correct? Understand? You have to qualify to see him. You see in the next verse what he says, you see what he says here? Although he says this fool, they cannot understand me. The personality, oh Arjuna, is the supreme personality of Godhead. I know everything that happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me no one knows. You see how again he qualifies himself. It is not because they don't know him, that means what? He is non-existent. Yeah? You understand? I was talking to some Muslim gentleman some time back I was in Delhi, I think. He was a taxi driver. So his point of his God, no, nobody can know. Nobody can. Yeah? So I said, look, this is India. This is Punya Bhumi. And here God appeared. What do you mean God don't know? Who says God? Right? And not one time he appeared. No? How many times he appeared? How many times he is appearing? Right? Sambhavami, yuge. So this you cannot understand. Why you cannot understand? Because you're not devotee. Yeah? Only devotees can understand this pastimes of the Lord. See? That's why here the example is given that Prahlad, he saw God in the pillar. I'm going to read those verses. And Hiranyakashipu noticed it that he was looking at the pillar and he saw. So where is your God? Because he could not see. Prahlad could see. What is the difference? And Prabhupada quoted this verse from Brahma Samhita. Also there's another verse, the Prabhupada, Yoginam Pashyanti. What is that? Dhyana Vasista Gatena. Tat Pashyanti Yogina. They always see the Lord in the heart, Why? Because the Lord is always appearing in their heart, You understand? It is not just the verse in the Bhagavatam again. Anyone knows? Anyone knows? Don't know. I am situated in the heart of the devotee. And what's the verse? Yes. You see, devotees, they are never separated from the Lord. There are two different positions. This verse here. Sadhavo hridayam mahyam, sadhunam hridayam toham, man anyate na jananti, naham tebhyo manaha api. See? The pure devotee is always within the core of my heart, and I'm always in the heart of the pure devotee. My devotees do not know anything else but me, and I do not know anyone else but them. You see, the Lord is never separated from his devotees. To think that the Lord disappeared, that doesn't work. Because Again, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai were talking, no? You know, right? Huh? He said, you are supreme. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you are a devotee. You're always seeing the Lord everywhere. You know that verse? Yeah. Huh? What is this thing is working so slowly? Huh? I think I have to reboot my whole thing. Yeah? Yeah, you have to do it. It's going so slow. 8 what? 8.274. स्थावरा जंगमा देखे ना देखे तारा मूर्ति सर्वत्र है निज इष्ट देव स्तुति. The Mahabhagavata, the advanced devotee, certainly is everything mobile and immobile, but he does not exactly see their form. Rather, everywhere he immediately sees the manifest, the form of the Supreme Lord. So this is what Mahabhagavata. Mahabhagavata means who? Like Prahlad Maharaj. He saw the Lord. So this thing of not seeing the Lord is only for those people who are non-devotees. The non-devotees, that's why the Lord says, I am not manifest to the non-devotees. The non-devotees will see the Lord only once in the form of death. Whereas the devotee will constantly see the Lord. Prabhupada was saying this point. So try to understand how the Lord is very, very merciful to the devotees and they cannot not see Him. This is also there in the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita also it says the same point. A true yogi, Jai Sri Radha, observes me in all beings and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the Supreme Lord, everywhere. So you see, this is the position of the pure devotee. He is always in touch with the Lord. It's not that he is separated from the Lord. He cannot be separated from the Lord. Actually, nothing can separate from the Lord. Everything is his energy. Correct? Can there be an instant where the Lord is not at all present? It's not possible. See? That's why in the Bhagavad Gita again in chapter 9, text 4, he says, right? You know this verse? Mayam sarvamidam proktam. Yeah? I just go before this, I just go to another verse. It's also very important. Namam pasyati sarvatra sarvam cha mahi pasyati tasyaham na pranashyami na sa cha me na pranashyati. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I'm never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. To this point. That means the devotee is intimately connected with the Lord. Right? There's a big difference between the devotee and the non-devotee. The non-devotee is thinking, Which one? Up and down.
The function key and down. Then you go one page, one page.
They say that this world is unreal, with no foundation, no God in control. Huh? They say it is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust. See, this is how the non-devotee demonic think. They say the world is what? Unreal. Huh? What does that mean by unreal? Huh? Artificial. What is that? Not real, unreal, in illusion. Huh? Asatyam. Satya means truth, fact. But is that some speculation? Huh? Actually, this word is the most important here. See? Aniswaram. Aniswaram means no controller. Nobody is there. There is no God. You follow? This is how the non-devotees or the demons, they see that Hiranyakashipu was a classic example of this. Where is your God? Why? He was laughing at the boy. If your God is there, I will kill you now. You're talking all this nonsense. You see how this exact verse, you see? He's saying like this. They say that this world is unreal with no foundation, no God in control. They say it is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust. This is how a person who is not God conscious. So you can see how the consciousness is all about. If a person is thinking like this, that means he is a demonic person. Is a demonic person. You understand? It goes further. You see again. And they're always speaking about killing. The demons, they always think about what? Killing people. That's all it is. Following such conclusion, the demonic who are lost to themselves, who have no intelligence, engage in unbeneficial, horrible work meant to destroy the world. Huh? They are there to what? Destroy the world. They are not to save people. They are always thinking how to kill. Huh? Violence. Violence is their what? If you don't accept my authority, I'm going to kill you. Just like Hiranyakashipu, you're not accepting me. Who you speaking about? Some other god here, there. Huh? You know today's verse? Maya Anye, right? Mat Anye, right? Other than me, who is this controller? Who? You're talking some nonsense. Unfortunate. Look at the word he used. Ah, you understand? Ah. They always like to ridicule the devotee, You understand? There's a verse like that in a 430, 430 or 430. You see, 430, you will see. They're always trying to what? Make fun of the devotees because they think they know everything. Hmm? In that same verse as the plant, the tree, the roots. 430, the root, you just go a little bit, you'll see they are making fun of the devotees. Got it? They like to mock the devotees.
Mock the devotee is 1157.
He is also there, but here also there. So you see how they ridicule. Just like here, Hiranyakashipu, he is trying to what? Huh? And this boy was a little boy. And trying to what? So I'm just trying to explain the consciousness of the demonic. So that's why it's so dangerous to stay with this kind of people. Because they will do all this kind of unbeneficial, horrible work to destroy the world. That's all it is. And look at today, the situation. Huh? How many places there are war going on? Huh? How many places? So many places. Tension, fighting, unnecessary. No peace. Yes. And then crime. So much crime. Many places you cannot go outside at night. Very unsafe. We were in Mexico, and I had to go to the supermarket to buy something in the night. And he went out. The Sankarshan, I sent him, and the whole place was deserted. Can't even find a dog. He came back and told Prabhu, there's not even one dog on the road. See why? Because it is risky. You don't know whether you will come back or not. Yeah. So you see how the place becomes dangerous, becomes so risky because of violence. See why? Because demonic are increasing, demonic. So here there's number one. This happened. This Satya Yuga, no? This incident happened in Satya Yuga, right? Correct? The Prabhupada said there was only one demon at that time. I mean two, Hiranyakashipu and now it's full of them. Right? So therefore it is very, very, very dangerous to hang around with the demon. Because you never know what they will do at any moment. Right? Just for glorifying the Lord, Prahlad Maharaj, his father got so upset he wanted to kill him. You found that word?
Yeah, 431 to
4?
31 to
31?
21.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead become very dear to those devotees who have no material possession, but are fully happy in possessing the devotional service of the Lord. Indeed, the Lord relishes the devotional activities of such devotees. Those who are puffed up with material education, wealth, aristocracy, and fruitive activities are very proud of possessing material things, and they often deride the devotees. Even if such people offer the Lord worship, the Lord never accepts them. The classic example of the two characters. Yes? Hiranyakasipu, he's got so much wealth. Actually, he took over the whole universe. Do you know that? You know how powerful he was? Yeah? He says, we'll read, Indra, he cannot even harm him with his thunderbolt. This is how powerful he was. Whereas the devotees, they don't have anything. Only possession is the lotus feet of the Lord. Okay? Understand? Two different consciousness. So we go on. Because you are speaking so much nonsense, I shall now sever your head from your body. Now let me see your most worshipable God come to protect you. I want to see it. You see again? Look at the guy. I mean, the boy is how many years old? Eh? 5 years old. right? And look how much he's so much envious of God. Look at that mentality. Demons always think that the God of the devotees are fictitious. They think that there is no God and that the so-called religious feeling of devotion to God is but an opiate, a kind of illusion, like the illusion derived from LSD and opium. Hiranyakashipu did not believe Prahlad Maharaj when Prahlad asserted that the Lord is present everywhere. Because Hiranyakashipu was the typical demon who was convinced that there is no God and that no one could protect Prahlad. He felt encouraged to kill his son. He challenged the idea that the devotee is always protected by the Supreme Lord. Can you imagine it? You go to China, it is exactly like this. You know, it is so demonic. Actually, I was just there. You know, the whole atmosphere, God. If you say you're God conscious, there's something wrong with you. They think like that. You understand? And they're so powerful. If you're God conscious, then they take you in and then they take out your kidney or take out your heart. I mean, heart cannot take out kidney. They send you home. Huh? You see how, because they think you're something wrong with you if you're God conscious, you know. Then you see what happens. When obsessed with anger, Hiranyakashipu was very great in bodily strength, thus chastised the exalted devotee son Prahlad with a harsh word, cursing him again and again. Hiranyakashipu took up his sword, got up from his royal throne, and with great anger struck his fist against the column. You know, you see, your God is here, is it? Your God is here? He went and, you know, in other words, he was going to kill your God. Can you imagine the consciousness? Yeah? Then from within the pillar came a fearful sound which appeared to crack the covering of the universe. Oh, my dear Yudhishthira, this sound reached even the abodes of demigods like Lord Brahma. And when the demigod heard it, they thought, oh, now our planets have been destroyed. I mean, how much of a roar of a lion? I don't know, you have noticed even a roar of this ordinary lion can be heard about 2 miles away. Huh? 5 miles. I'm sorry, I minimized the line. And it is, you know, it is not some kind of ordinary sound. Have you heard? I think I was in the zoo, in Singapore Zoo, one time, and I was quite a far distance away. And then we heard this roar of the lion, and it was very, very terrifying. You know? It's the power the Lord has given the lion. Fearful just by roaring, you know, it is. And imagine the Lord become a lion and he is roaring. He says, yeah, he reached the, yeah, the Brahma Loka. How high is that? Huh? And that sound went all the way up there. See how powerful the Lord is. Thing is a small person. Yeah. While showing his extraordinary prowess, Hiranyakashipu desired to kill his own son. Heard that wonderful tumultuous sound which had never before been heard. Upon hearing the sound, the other leaders of the demons were afraid. None of them could find the origin of that sound in that assembly. To prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial. In other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in this wonderful form in the assembly hall. When Hiranyakapu asked Prahlad Maharaj, "Where is your Lord? Is he present in this pillar?" Prahlad fearlessly replied, "Yes, my Lord is present everywhere." Therefore, to convince Hiranyakashipu that the statement of Prahlad was unmistakably true, the Lord appeared from the pillar. The Lord appeared as half lion and half man, so that Hiranyakashipu could not understand whether the great giant was a lion or a human being. To substantiate Prahlad's statement, the Lord proved that devotee, as declared in Bhagavad Gita, is never vanquished. Prati Kauntaya Pratijanaya Name Bhakta Pranashati. Prahlad Maharaj's demonic father had repeatedly threatened to kill Prahlad, but Prahlad was confident that he could not be killed. Since he was protected by the Supreme Lord, by appearing from the pillar, the Lord encouraged the devotee, saying in effect, "Don't worry, I am present here." By manifesting his form as Nṛsiṁhadeva, the Lord also preserved the truth of Lord Brahma's promise to Hiranyakashipu was not to be killed by an animal or a man. The Lord appeared in a form that could not be said to be fully man or a lion. See how the Lord appeared. Nobody can there is a word for his intelligence. What is that? Akunta Medasaha. You know the word? Akunta Medasaha. That means his intelligence cannot be baffled by anybody. You can type that word, you can see. It is used a couple of times in the Sanskrit in different verses. Lord Shiva also said this point. So the Lord cannot be defeated by any person's intelligence. Not possible. That's why it's the word Akunta Medasa. You understand? Right, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is worshipped by Sumedasa. Is another word. Yeah. So the point is this, that the Lord, he appeared. I don't think you can appear as half lion or half man. Can you do that? Huh? I don't think it will work. Yes? Can. Transplant. Possible. No. You see, so the Lord, you see how, again, he is inconceivable. He can appear, what do you speak about this? He can appear also with a horse head. Hayagriva has got a what? Horse head. Huh? Yes? Anybody come with horse head? No. He comes as half lion, half man. What else he comes? Huh? Animal and what? Huh? Bow is a fully bow. Bow is full. Sukara full. Fish is fish, complete fish. Huh? Only this half lion and this Hayagriva. Two. Kurma also is fully turtle. So you see how the Lord is inconceivable. He can come in any form, not limited. And that is his what? Inconceivable nature. And even if he comes in such form, he's still God. It's not that because he comes in the half lion, he's not God. He's God. All through and through he's God, you see. So I hear, and actually he came so that he will not what is that? Brahma has given Hiranyakashipu the promise that he cannot be killed by any man or any animal. Why he said that? Why he used the word by any man or any animal? Because his brother was killed by the animal. You see? Understand? So I don't want to be killed by any man or even animal. He covered himself. But here the Lord came as half man and half lion. You see how amazing the Lord is. And of course, he cannot be killed in the day or night. You will see he will kill him during twilight. He was not killed inside or outside. He was killed in the... That's why you cannot do anything on the doorstep, You don't do anything auspicious on the doorstep. It's an inauspicious place, actually. Right? Neither inside nor the outside. Nor could he be what? Killed by any weapons. The nails were not considered weapons. So you see, in this way, the Lord covered all angles, When Hiranyakashipu looked all around to find the source of the sound, that wonderful form of the Lord, which could not be ascertained to be either man or lion, merged from the pillar. In amazement, Hiranyakashipu wondered, what is this creature that is half man and half lion? He himself was puzzled. Actually, I mean, later on we'll read some more, that when the Lord appeared, he was so effulgent that Hiranyakashipu was not to be seen. You know, that's a fact. When the Lord is so big and is so effulgent, what is your little, what's your position as some tiny thing? How you will be accommodated? Cannot. Okay? A demon cannot calculate the unlimited potency of the Supreme Lord, as stated in the Vedas. Parasya Shakti Vividaiva Suryate Swabhaviki Jnana Bhala Kriya. Cha. The different potencies of the Lord are always working as an automatic exhibition of his knowledge. For a demon, it is certainly wonderful that the form of a lion and the form of man can be united. Since the demon has no experience of the inconceivable power by which the Supreme Lord is called all powerful. Demons cannot understand the omnipotence of the Lord. They simply compare the Lord to one of them. Avijanante Mamuddha Manusyatanamashrita mudas, rascals, think that Krishna is an ordinary human being who appears for the benefit of other human beings. Param bhavam ajananto. Fools, rascals, and demons cannot realize the supreme potency of the Lord, but he can do anything and everything. Indeed, he can do whatever he likes. When Hiranyakashipu received benediction from Lord Brahma, he thought that he was safe. Since he received the benediction that he could not be killed either by an animal or by human being, he never thought that an animal and human being would be combined so demons like him would be puzzled by such a form. This is the meaning of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, omnipotent. That he did not realize that the Lord will come as half man and half lion. That's why he was looking at it and he was struck. Half lion, half man, how is it possible? You understand? See, this is God. Hiranyakashipu studied the form of the Lord, trying to decide who the form of Nṛsiṁhadeva standing before him was. The Lord's form was extremely fearsome because of his angry eyes, which resembled molten gold, his shining mane, which expanded the dimension of his fearful face, his deadly teeth, and his razor-sharp tongue, which moved above like dwelling sword. His ears were erect and motionless, and his nostrils and gaping mouth appeared like caves of mountains. His jaws parted fearfully, and his entire body touched the sky. His neck was very short and thick, his chest broad, and his waist thin, and the hairs on his body were as white as rays of the moon. His arms, which resembled flanks of soldiers, appeared in all directions as he killed the demon rogues and atheists with his conch shell, disc club, lotus, and other natural weapons. So you see, this is how he appeared, extremely fearful, his eyes and his blazing ears erect and, tongue like razor tongue. And Hiranyakashipu was, Hiranyakashipu murmured to himself, Lord Vishnu, who possessed great mystic power, has made this plan to kill me. But what is the use of such an attempt? Who can fight with me? Thinking like this and taking up his club, Hiranyakashipu attacked the Lord like an elephant. So he was compared to an elephant, and the Lord is compared to a lion. The lion and elephant fight, actually the lion has no chance. See? Just a small insect falls forcibly into fire, an insignificant creature becomes invisible. When Hiranyakashipu attacked the Lord, who was full of effulgence, Hiranyakashipu became invisible. This is not at all astonishing, for the Lord is always situated in pure goodness. Formerly, during creation, He entered the dark universe and illuminated it by his spiritual fun. So the Lord was so huge, you see, he was, touching the sky, and he was so bright, and Hiranyakashipu with the little club went to him and tried to attack him, and he became invisible. That means what? Insignificant. He became insignificant because the Lord is so huge. In fact, the Lord was looking, where is this guy? So powerful. See? Day after the great demon, I think I slipped one word. Huh?
Use the function and upkeep. Just single time.
This thing is running. Day after the great demon Hiranyakashipu, who was extremely angry, swiftly attacked Nṛsiṁhadeva with his club and began to beat him. Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva, however, captured the great demon along with his club, just as Garuda might capture a great snake. The Lord easily caught him. O Yudhishthira, O great son of Bharat, when Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva gave Hiranyakashipu a chance to slip from his hand, just as Garuda sometimes play with a snake, let it slip from his mouth. The demigods who had lost their abodes and who were hiding behind the clouds for fear of the demon did not consider that incident very good. Indeed, they were perturbed. You see, the Lord, let him go. And Hiranyakashipu, what he think he saw. See, the devotee, the demigods were worried. Why did the Lord not kill him immediately? When Hiranyakashipu was freed from the hands of Nṛsiṁhadeva, he falsely thought that Lord was afraid of his prowess. You see how he is thinking? Huh? Understand? He let him go a little while. Wow, I see how powerful I. Therefore, after taking a little rest from the fight, he took up his sword and shield and again attacked the Lord with great force. Making a loud, shrill sound of laughter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, who is extremely strong and powerful, captured Hiranyakashipu, who was protecting himself with sword and shield. Leaving no gaps open with the speed of a hawk, Hiranyakashipu moved sometime in the sky and sometime on the earth. His eyes closed because of fear of Nṛsiṁhadeva's laughter. It is said that when Hiranyakashipu was born, he did not know what is the meaning of fear. He did not know, the fear was not in his dictionary. You understand? But you see now, he is closing his eyes in fear of the sound made by the Lord. See? As a snake captures a mouse or Garuda captures a very venomous snake, Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva captured Hiranyakashipu, who could not be pierced even by the bolt of King Indra, who could not be pierced even by the thunderbolt of King Indra. Even Indra's what? Vrja could not hurt him. As Hiranyakashipu moved his limbs here and there, all around, very much afflicted, had been captured. Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva placed the demon on his lap, supporting him with his thighs, and in the doorway of the assembly hall, the Lord very easily tore the demon to pieces with the nails of his hands. That's it. Very easily he ripped him apart, Right? Tavakara Kamala Vare Nakam. Adbhuta. Nakam means what? Fingernails. Nakam means your fingers, no? Correct? Just pulled him apart, and you see how the Lord. Lord Nṛsiṁhadev's mouth and mane were sprinkled with drops of blood, and his fierce eyes, full of anger, were impossible to look at. Licking the edge of his mouth with his tongue, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Nṛsiṁhadev, decorated with a garland of intestine taken from Hiranyakashipu's abdomen, resembled a lion that was just killed an elephant. He was so angry with him that he just killed him, and then he took the intestine and garlanded himself. I mean, how angry the Lord was with him. Huh? You understand? See? Can you imagine someone having garland of intestine on his? Huh? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had many, many arms, first uprooted Hiranyakashipu's heart and then threw him aside and turned toward the demon. Why did he do that? Why did he do that? Huh? Because you rip someone and take the intestine, he still could survive, You understand? So to make sure he is dead, he took out the heart. Because you take the heart out, there's no way you can live. You understand? You understand this point? Plucked out his heart and threw it aside. And then he threw him down. And after that, he went to handle all the soldiers that toward the demon soldiers. These soldiers had come in thousands to fight with him with raised weapons and were very faithful followers of Hiranyakashipu. But Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva killed all of them merely with the ends of his nails. Just by his what? They just finished them all off. The hair on Nṛsiṁhadev's head shook the clouds and scattered them here and there. His glaring eyes told their effulgence the luminaries in the sky, and his breathing agitated the seas and oceans. Because of his roaring, all the elephants in the world began to cry in fear. Airplanes were thrown into outer space and the upper planetary system by the hair on Nṛsiṁhadev's head. Because of the pressure of the Lord's lotus feet, the earth appeared to slip from its position, and all the hills and mountains sprang up due to his intolerable force. Because of the Lord's bodily effulgence, both the sky and all directions diminished in their natural illumination. Manifesting a full effulgence and a fearsome countenance, Lord Nṛsiṁhadeva, being very angry and finding no contents to face his power and opulence, then sat down in the assembly hall on an excellent throne of the king. Because of fear and obedience, no one could come forward to serve the Lord directly. So finally, after killing him, he sat on Hiranyakashipu's throne, and he was, fully angry, and nobody dared to go near him. See how the Lord is so terrifying. Why he was so angry? Because this demon Hiranyakashipu was thinking that what? He was so great and he was going to offend his pure devotee. The Lord will not tolerate his devotees being what? The word Aham Bhakta Paradino. Right? No, actually there's another verse. He says when the four Kumaras went to see he said, even if my devotees are offended, I am prepared to even lop off my arm. You know that verse? Ah, see how much the Lord he cannot tolerate his devotees being harmed. What verse is that?
3:16:6.
Huh?
3:16:6.
8:15:6. Huh?
3:16:6.
3. O Lord, all this planet exists within yourself, and all the living entities are generated from you. No, this is not the verse.
3:16:6.
3,
16:6.
3:16:6. Yeah, it's the one. Anyone in the entire world, even down to the Chandala who lives by cooking and eating flesh of the dog, is immediately purified if he takes bath in hearing through the ear the glorification of my name, fame, etc. Now you have realized me without doubt. Therefore, I will not hesitate to lop off my own arm if its conduct is found hostile to you. See that? The Lord is speaking. How much He cares for the devotees. So try to understand how the Lord, is so merciful and He appears. It is foolish to think that the Lord will never appear. Sometimes when the devotees are asked this question, are you seeing God? Many of them stumble. No, no, you are seeing God. For the devotees, even though you are neophyte or what, He appears in the form of the deity and is non-different. You understand? So if someone asks you seeing it, yes. Like when the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the devotee in Jagannath Puri, where is Krishna? And the person he brought him to see Jagannath is here. Krishna is here. You know the scene in the CC. Huh? Where is your God? Where is Krishna? He said, yeah, this is Krishna. Not different. So to help us further, because we are not so advanced, therefore the Lord appears in the form of his deity form, which is non-different. Understand? So he can accept service from us. Uh, you follow this point? Do not think that this deity is what? Some stone. No, the Lord himself is standing there. So for the devotee, he appears, manifests to help. So similarly, he comes also directly in his own original form to give joy to the devotee and what? He gives fear to the non-devotees. So Krishna says, for those who are non-devotees, I appear as death. Mrityu sarvaharas chaham. So you don't know God, okay, he will come. Either you want to see him as God or you want to see him as death. Your choice. So today is so auspicious for us, especially devotees, because they can understand the glories of the Lord, how powerful He is. He is not some, joke, not some what? Joke. Yeah, devotees, you have nothing to do. They make some holidays, and then they come together and pass time so they can eat nicely. Huh? You understand? Some speculation. Therefore, devotees, they are very happy. In fact, it has an injunction. It is forbidden if you don't celebrate the pastime of the Lord. You have to celebrate His appearance and activities. That is, if you don't do, and you consider it as an offender. You understand? Because you don't know. So, this way you get some punya. All right, so it is. I guess there's no prasadam today, right? Yeah, fasting, right? So, any questions or any comments on this point? Anyone add something more? Anyone? Mudaham Naj Bijananti. Anyone want to go in that category? So therefore we chant. Of course, there are many incidents also, real life incidents where the Lord personally appeared to save devotees. There are many there. So there are many stories, I think, many you can read about them. But the Lord is so kind, If you reciprocate, the Lord definitely He appears. It's not that He's miles away. If you chant, especially this prayer, Namaste Nṛsiṁhadeva. This prayer is so powerful. If you chant, immediately the Lord will appear. Personally, I saw, and I don't know why the ghosts are very fond of me. They always they come, and I will chant Hare Krishna, but they don't let me go. But the moment I chant this Namaste Nṛsiṁhadeva, then immediately that's it, finish. They leave. In fact, one of them got so upset when I chanted this mantra. They came to me, and I chanted this, and he was getting me on my grip. And when I chanted, he got so upset because mantra is so powerful. Then he did this to me. He did like this, and he left. So you see how, yeah. So do not think that, Nṛsiṁhadeva, some stories, Prahlad, That's not a fact. He is there. The moment you chant, He is there. A lot in the Lord's holy name are non-different. Nama Chintamani Krishna, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha is non-different. He is so powerful, He appears, especially for the devotees. Extremely powerful. That Chankasi was trying to be funny, right? You know what happened? He called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the side and he confided with him. There's this lion came. You see, all scratched. So don't think that this appearance in Satya Yuga, now in Kali Yuga, is all some joke. The Lord is here and He will be here. All you need to do is have that devotion. For the devotees, Kauntaya Pratijane, Ma Bhakta Pranashati. So please take it seriously and pray. Especially for us, Prabhupada has given this mantra to us and he asked us to chant in the morning and evening because we were facing so much difficulties when we were doing book distribution. And our devotees were going out, they were harassed so much. And Prabhupada gave this mantra. Okay, from now on, you chant this in the morning and you chant it in the evening. 2 times we chant this Namaste, wishing a prayer. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself chants this prayer while he is going up to see Lord Jagannath. While he is going up, if you go Jagannath Puri, there's stairs, and the Nṛsiṁhadeva there is on the wall. If you go to Puri, have you seen? It's on the wall there. Lord is not fear, and he will chant this what? Namaste Nṛsiṁhaya and Tavakara Kamala, and then after that he will go to take darshan of the Lord. So you don't think that this is, only for us or something. No, even the Lord Himself, He chants. So please take it a little seriously. Yes?
itself is sufficient enough powerful, then why do we need an extra mantra for protection? The Hare Krishna mantra is all in all.
Yeah, true. Hare Krishna is to develop love. But for protection, you have to have the Lord appears in this form for protecting his devotees. You understand? It's not that the Hare Krishna is not effective. I mean, it's a mantra, it's Maha Mantra. It's more for developing the love for the Lord. But to invoke the special mercy, you call the Lord on. Even the fishermen who are eating fish in what? Orissa, they chant this mantra when they go out in the night with the boat to catch fish. You know, and the night is pitch black, you know. You understand? You think you will go out? You know how dark it is? They go out there. And you know who is outside in the sea, so dark? Who? So many ghosts. Yeah. And they themselves, they chant this mantra. That's why when the fisherman when he caught Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? He touched Chaitanya and he was like becoming, you know, ecstasy and all. He was thinking he was possessed by some ghost. And he chanted this prayer and the ghost was not leaving. This is some kind of strange ghost. And Swarup Damodar then slapped him. I know how to take out this ghost. He slapped him and he became okay. Because he could understand he touched the body of the Lord. No, not the same. You understand? That chapter is there in the CC, you can read. So anyway, the point is this. The chanting of this prayer is very, very powerful. And the Lord is so kind that he will appear immediately to safeguard. The Lord is not unkind. Just like Sridhar Maharaj writes, the lion is very, very fearful, extremely fearful, but is very gentle to his own cubs. So we are like his cubs and his... Right. So, okay, anything else to add? Anybody? We stop here. Fasting till moonrise? Moonrise? Oh, sunset. Different. Moonrise is earlier. Huh?
Sometimes early, sometimes.
Oh, okay, sunset. So it's about what time is sunset?
7,
Huh? 7. You know this number very well. 7. Waiting for 7. Why didn't the Lord appear at 12 o'clock afternoon? Huh? Why didn't appear at 12 o'clock afternoon? No? So we eating non-grains, right? Huh? Kadasi prasadam. All right, so prepare for the festival. I think to also call the devotees auspicious day, if they can donate, it'd be nice. Huh? Rath Yatra is around the corner. So we need to work hard on this. There's a drama also, right? Yes? All right then. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jai Nṛsiṁha Bhagavan ki, Nṛsiṁhadeva Mahamotsava ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.